Please be seated. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you miss it. Ferris Bueller. One of my all-time favorites. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Welcome, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow classmates. I would like to first have a round of applause. This applause, first of many, I'm sure, is not only for these young adults that sit before you, but for the parents who gave so much of their time and effort to give us the best chances of success, and for the teachers and staff who made the Burlington School a welcoming, learning environment that allowed us students to strive for excellence. Thank you. These past 4 years have been a roller coaster of emotions, by far the farthest thing from normal I've ever experienced. But we are still here. We persevered. We managed to do our best with the worst of a situation. I'm not only amazed at the resilience, but the sheer amount of fighting spirit that sits before me. Without that fighting spirit, this year may have gone sideways. I mean, this year was incredible, considering the school managed to perform a play outside, in the freezing cold, I may add, win not one, but 2 basketball state championships, put on fall, winter, and spring choral performances, 3 rock ensemble performances, a musical with a flying carpet, which was really, really cool. Miss Baker, that was phenomenal. Artists who have won numerous art awards at county art shows, and to top it all off, a few weeks ago, our baseball team won a state championship. These are only a few of the accomplishments achieved in the calendar school year of 2021-2022. Sadly, everything must come to an end. And seniors, I hate to break it to you, but our time on this roller coaster has come to an end. In the wise words of Winnie the Pooh, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. But this isn't a goodbye, this is a welcome. So I welcome you, class of 2022, to the end of an era and the beginning of the next amazing chapter in your life. Welcome to graduation.
Morning. If you could please join me for the invocation. Dear God, first let me say thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health, and for your powerful guidance each day. Thank you for the ability to be immersed in useful work and for the honor of bearing responsibility. Thank you for the freedom to embrace you and for your boundless, everlasting love. In the Christian scriptures, you have said that whoever walks with integrity walks securely, and this establishes a straight path. Therefore, I pray for the graduating class of 2022 and for the faculty and staff that have encouraged such a straight path. I ask that you provide us peace, a stable mind, a determined heart, and a sense of humility. Give everyone here today assurance of what would please you and help us to think of others first in strengthening our community. In your powerful and holy name I pray. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to announce this year's alumni speaker, John Meeks. John graduated here at the Burlington School with the class of 2017. He began his time here as a freshman and was a member of the men's basketball team for 4 years. While playing basketball, he was the team captain, won 2 state championships, and led the team to a 119-6 record in 4 years. He was twice named All-State, 3 times All-Conference, twice Times News All-Region, and once Times News Player of the Year. While at TBS, he was recognized as one of the top 10 basketball players here in North Carolina. By his junior year, he had exceeded the 1,000 career points. Despite his devotion to basketball, he also participated in baseball and track and field. In the classroom, John excelled as well. He was a member of the National Honor Society and achieved honors and high honors every trimester. John is always willing to put forth the effort to be outstanding. After graduating from high school, John went on to study psychology at Bucknell University while playing Division I college basketball. For his senior year, John went to College of Charleston to continue his basketball career and earned a degree in communications there. At both Bucknell and College of Charleston, he served on many athlete leadership committees. He was named to the Dean's List 3 times, and he was recognized in the Patriots League Academic Honor Roll in 2020. For 3 years, John served as a team captain and was named All-Conference 3 times, All-Tournament twice, and First Team All-Region by the National Association of Basketball Coaches. He won 1 conference championship and advanced to March Madness. He led the NCAA in scoring in his 2020-2021 season. John was also honored with the Ben Cribbs Award for his overall accomplishments with the Bucknell basketball program. In his senior year, John achieved the 1,000-point milestone in college basketball. To say the least, John was quite involved in both school and basketball. Now that John is ready to graduate from College of Charleston, he is working to find an agent in order to pursue his ambitions of playing professional basketball by going through the NBA draft process. John's athletic and intellectual achievements are exceptional. He is a role model for our school and exemplifies what it means to be a real TBS Spartan. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like you all to join me in welcoming Mr. John Meeks as this year's alumni speaker.
Thank you, Sam, for that wonderful intro. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations. I remember in 2017 when I was sitting in those chairs, listening to Judge Tom Linden give my classmates and me a speech on Tim McGraw's song, Humble and Kind. The moral of that speech was to obviously be humble and kind, but to also give thanks and be appreciative. I want to thank you all for having me here today. It's an incredible honor. I also want you all to thank whoever it is that got you here to this point today. Your family, your friends, your teachers, and maybe even your enemies. Everyone has played a part in your journey so far, and on a day like today, it is very impactful to look back your days. This is one of your last times together as a group, as a class. Enjoy it. Celebrate the special moment and journey together. You guys battled and endured high school through COVID. It's really impressive. Be proud of yourself. Take in and appreciate your journey so far. As you have now ended up right in those seats today, through each of your own unique paths. Thinking back to when I was y'all's age, sitting in those chairs, I'll admit it, I believed that I knew it all. This is my apology to my teachers. I believed that my dreams would come true right away, and that I knew what the future would always have in store for me. An MBA contract after my first year of college. I've also now been in college for 5 years. Over these past 5 years, though, I've met special individuals that have truly blessed my life, and I've been able to learn valuable life lessons. I've learned to step outside of my comfort zone sometimes, like giving a speech. I started to understand that time is something that we can never get back in life, and I learned that there are very few things that I can actually control. The things that I can control, though, I've learned to embrace. Something as simple as being kind is something that you all can control and can go a lot further than you think. It's a contagious act. So I challenge you to move forward, to try to focus on living life in the moment, while striving to focus on controlling your attitude, your effort, and your actions. Because these 3 factors are things that require zero skill. You'll realize that you are human and you are far from perfect. But through these 3 factors, you will learn to embrace and love the precious present. It is in this precious present that life flashes before you, all of the ups and all of the downs. Enjoy them all. These moments of the precious present are what make you unique. Enjoy these moments because they are also moments that you will never get back in life. That's why it's precious. A while back for one of my classes, I listened to Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, give a commencement speech at Stanford University. In this speech, he mentioned that there's only one thing for certain in life, that we will all die. Well, I thought that was an extreme point to be giving at a college graduation. He somehow made this point very, very motivational. His point was to give life all you have, and to not be discouraged by the failures along the way. Because learning from these failures is often the key to success anyways. His goal was to get individuals motivated and prepare them for the present moment. I still believe that preparation breeds confidence. Since high school, I would like to think that I've changed and grown a lot. I've now graduated from Bucknell University and been fortunate enough to move to Charleston to have one of the best years of my life so far. Although I was living in what I believe to be one of the most beautiful and best cities in America, it has also been one of the most challenging years of my life so far. I had to mesh with 14 new teammates from all around the world, get to know brand new coaches, push through multiple injuries, and on top of all that, I had to do another year of school. The odds were against ourselves, and people counted us out, but my teammates and I were destined to make this thing work. Through the ups and downs this past year, I learned very many valuable lessons. An example of one of these lessons is a formula that was ingrained in my teammates' head by our head coach, Pat Kelsey. It's a very simple formula that states E plus R equals L. This formula states that for every event, there is a response. When the event and the response are together, that leads to the outcome of that situation. As the leader of our team, he pushed me every day because responses are really hard. Human nature does not design you to roll with the punches. But through this formula, I somehow felt more in control of the punches being thrown my way. The punches were simplified. Everything in life is an event, most of which you have absolutely no control over. What you do have control over, though, is how you respond. When the events are easy, so are your responses. When life gets hard, though, say you fail in an important exam, you lose a tough game, or you even lose a close friend in life. How do you respond? Depending on your response, your outcome will vary. When the events become harder, your responses also become more important because they are also events for others. That can be a lot of pressure. So here are some tips that I've learned to help with your responses. When a big event occurs, press pause. Get your mind right. Focus on what the situation requires of you. The goal is to have a positive mindset opposed to an irritated or survival mindset. Be adaptable and adjust to each situation because flexibility is the key to positive responses. My team also had a phrase that was used to how not to go about handling these situations. In our program, this is the next worst thing to lying, cheating, and mistreating women. The phrase is BCD, and it's short for blaming others, complaining, or defending. It is something that I will admit I was addicted to in the past, and I've tried to work on eliminating from my life. I'll share a personal example of this past season when I faced a big event and had to overcome my BCD. It was a home game against Hofstra University, and absolutely nothing seemed to go my way. I was 2 for 9 from the field and 0 for 6 from 3. We were losing the whole game, but managed to come back down 1 and have a chance to win the game with 6 seconds left. My coach believed in me to win the game, so he drew up an ISO play for me, right in the mid-post. Out of the timeout, my teammate set an incredible screen, and I caught the ball right where I wanted it. I immediately started counting down the time in my head. 6, 5. I drove the ball right 2 dribbles, pretended to spin, and juked my defender out with the half step. Knowing that he was now off balance, I pump-faked the shot and drew a foul. With 2 seconds left, I had a chance to hit 2 free throws to win the game. As I walked to the free throw line, I closed my eyes and replayed the thousands of times that I had prepared for myself for this situation. For years, I've made hundreds of free throws a day. I practiced, and practiced. So no one was more shocked or disappointed than I was when both free throws bounced off the rim and we lost the game. It was at this moment that I was facing a really tough event. Just lost my team again. The easy way out of the situation would have been to blame the nagging injuries for my poor performance, complain about others' mistakes or my mistakes, or defend myself and my young team. These methods require no self-accountability. I knew that we had another game in 2 days, and I could either respond by sulking, or respond by getting treatments for injuries, watching film, learning from my mistakes, and preparing my best for my next game. I know that my decisions reveal my priorities, so I did not listen to the media, who was grilling this Jack Harlow look-alike at the time. Never did I think I would be the guy to miss 2 free throws to win the game. But here we were. I was that guy. Moving forward from that moment, which is now in the past, I chose to have the biggest and best response my coach had ever seen. We won the next game by 20, and I had 22 points. This is just one of a million personal examples I could have chosen, as events are occurring all the time. I challenge you all to be the best you can be in your responses. I hope you all can learn to enjoy the precious present of life, all of the ups and all of the downs. Learn from your events. The precious present allows you to treat every day as a new day and a new opportunity. Follow your dreams. Through hard work and perseverance, anything is possible. When facing big decisions, go for it. Do not get caught in the monotony of life and challenge yourself sometimes. Remember that for every event, you are in control of your response. The choice is yours. I'd like to thank you all for having me here today. I am proud to say that I'm a Burlington School alum, and soon you all will be too. Congratulations.
Hello everybody, I'm John Stanfill, and it's an honor to be here giving this speech. This school is my home away from home. I'm fortunate enough to have been able to spend 15 years attending the Burlington School, and that whole time I never really put too much thought into this moment right here, right now, all of us graduating together. This moment always seems so far away, from the time spent in Miss Stacy's PS4 class, to the science fair in 4th grade, all the way to Dr. Fassan's never-ending pile of AP Euro homework. My class and I have waited for this moment our entire lives, and now that it's finally here, we're full of emotions. It's been a very long journey, from sharing snacks in kindergarten, tattletaling in 1st grade, to every drama improv game in middle school, to the New Orleans trip. Enough said. The Burlington School has been one of the most impactful influences on my life and on my classmates' lives too. This nurturing, caring environment pushed me to become the best me I can possibly be. This community has taught us that giving back to the community and helping others in any way can also help us as individuals and as leaders. We've been taught that younger children always look up to us, and we should be proud of that. Without the community here, we would not be where we are today. We want to thank all of you for providing us with exceptional care and support. Through our years at TBS, the class of 22 has stuck together through it all, some of whom I've known for over a decade. This year's senior class has pushed the limits in every aspect that it could, from strong leaders to outstanding actors and amazing athletes. The class of 2022 is more impressive than anyone could have hoped for. Through our time in high school, the class of 2022 has won 5 state championships in 3 out of 9 of our offered sports. Only 7% of high school athletes go on to play at the collegiate level, and here at TBS, over 30% of our student athletes in the senior class this year are going to further their athletic careers at the collegiate level, thus far surpassing that number. While that statistic is impressive, our school preaches the AAAs, which focuses on more than just our incredible athletics. First is academics, which is why we're here today. Every one of us that walks home today with a diploma has earned it. We put in the work, and we put in the hours. I remember countless nights spent at my dining room table doing everything from reading Miss Johnson's history packets in 6th grade to solving complex mathematical problems in AP Physics with Doc. Needless to say, we've earned this, and we couldn't have done it by ourselves. We were lucky enough to be surrounded by some of the most impressive teachers I have ever seen. Miss Killian taught me how to write an effective essay. Dr. Fassan taught me how to format a research paper. And Doc taught me how to figure out how far a shrubbery would go if it was launched at an angle of 37 degrees and at a speed of 42 meters per second. Thank you, Doc. With TBS's academic rigor, my classmates and I will be furthering our academic careers in 7 states, from the west coast of California to the east coast to the good old state of Virginia. Roll Tide, baby. On to the second A in our so well-known mantra, the arts. We have a large number of students participating in drama, the visual arts program, the choral program, and my personal favorite, the rock ensemble. We have grown so much throughout the years because because of our experience of the arts. My public speaking skills prospered in 3rd grade when Miss Baker had me play a cowboy in the show Wagon Wheels West. 10 years and 10 shows later, I have now run tech for multiple shows outside of the TBS community. I constantly use the skills that I have learned over the years, running sound for May Day or running lights for a rock ensemble performance in the life outside of the TBS walls. I spent my childhood in art class with Mr. Rodney, who insisted that I didn't know how to see because my flowers looked like sad telephone poles. Mr. Rodney continues to teach at the high school and middle school level and produces the utmost best art students in all of Alamance County. This wouldn't be a complete speech without mentioning my personal favorite pillar of the arts at TBS, the rock ensemble program. I spent my days in elementary school coming to watch the talented high schoolers perform songs. I think about how I felt looking up to them and wondering if I could be that good. And now I'm here. I am that high schooler. I am that senior that I always wanted to be. I found myself in the role of varsity captain, or being that senior who took a ton of Elon classes, and most importantly, I became that person that I once looked up to. The class of 2022 has had so many memories together, and I know it's going to be hard to go our separate ways. But in the end, we are all held together by the connection to TBS, and it won't be forgotten. Thank you, classmates, for the late nights studying or writing papers. Thank you for the memories on class trips. And thank you for walking alongside me on our way to the next step in life. Thank you, teachers and staff, for helping us every step of the way and helping us to fulfill our dreams for the future. Thank you, TBS, for building determined, creative, and passionate leaders and a strong community of fellow classmates in the class of 2022. When you leave here today, celebrate what you have accomplished, but look forward with an eye toward how you, too, can be the inspiration for others. Thank you, TBS Class of 2022.
Our mission statement at the Burlington School is live with integrity, exhibit friendship, embrace citizenship, cultivate passion, show empathy, honor perseverance, and demonstrate leadership. These are important things which every student at our school strives to do. Embracing a career to help others and better the community shows empathy and demonstrates leadership. Today's graduation speaker exhibits all of those qualities. Fire Chief Jay Mebane, born and raised in Alamance County, graduated from Walter Williams High School, class of 2005. Then attended Fayetteville State University and attained a bachelor's degree in Fire and Emergency Services Administration. Later on, he received a master's in Public Affairs with a concentration in Local Government Administration at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, graduating in 2021. Chief Mebane began his career in local government as a part-time kennel keeper with the Burlington Police Department in 2006. He then transferred to the Fire Department in 2008 and later became Assistant Chief Fire Marshal. Chief Mebane became the Fire Chief of the Burlington Fire Department in September 2020. In addition to his career, Chief Mebane is a past member and co-chair of the Alamance County Safe Kids Coalition, past president and co-founder of Alamance County Burn Children Foundation, a current member of the NC City County Managers Association, and a current member of the International Association of Fire Chiefs, and a graduate of the Fire Service Executive Development Institute Program Class 9. On behalf of the class of 2022, will everyone please join me in welcoming Chief Jay Mebane as our keynote speaker.
Ms. Annabelle, thank you. Good morning, Burlington School Class of 2022. I know I will be following up a world-renowned speaker and a professional basketball player who has a side hustle of speechwriting. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to be selected as your keynote today. I'll be completely transparent with you when I received the email from Dr. Faison. I paused for a little bit. I paused for 48 hours. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know that I had made an impact in someone or someone's lives, that I would be selected to be your speaker today. I don't hold that lightly. I watched a few commencement videos to get the hang of things, to understand what I need to be doing or what I could do to make sure that this day was impactful to you all. Honestly, they all sucked. I found some good videos, but none that I thought would be impactful enough that will be memorable to you throughout your life. Before we get started, I want to make sure that everybody's attentive and that you're all listening. Class of 22, I ask that you follow directions. I want you to give me the OK symbol.
Papa.
Okay, looking good. I want you to put it on your chin. Class of 22, put it on your chin. On your chin. On your chin. Here's your chin. Mr. Wall, I think we need to have a discussion after this. No, good job. I just wanted to make sure everybody was in tune with me. It's going to be a long morning. I learned this exercise a few weeks ago when our mayor, City of Burlington Mayor Jim Butler, came in and spoke with our department heads. I can tell you that you all are in good hands. Your graduation is just one milestone completed in your life thus far. You have defeated every obstacle that has been before you, and today you have succeeded. As stated earlier, I graduated from Walter Williams in 2005 and then proceeded to obtain multiple degrees, finishing most recently with my master's. I met some very influential people along the way. One of those just happened to be the head of school, Mr. Ronnie Wall. He's my principal at Turntime Middle School. Very good principal. He's strict, but he was fair. He was just one of many, as I said, and they all seen something in me that I didn't necessarily see in myself at that point in time. As I develop in life and gain wisdom, I now understand what they've seen, and it should resonate with each of you. Ms. Annabelle just spoke about a few of them that we'll talk about today. But ultimately, it was these values that allowed me to excel in my career, get into police department, fire department, city inspections, and ultimately the fire chief. Those values are empathy, service, and leadership. Empathy, empathetic, empathize. It's all relating to putting yourself in someone else's shoes. It requires you to seek to understand how someone is feeling or the way that they see things from their point of view. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with them, with their stance or anything else, but only to see it through a different lens. As I said, I began my career with the City of Burlington as a kennel keeper. Day in and day out, I would clean cat cages, scoop dog poop, feed, and everything else that was required of me. I took care of dogs, cats, pigs, goats, horses, bunnies, many other animals. Some of these individuals or customers would come to the animal shelter and they would surrender their animals. I would see the agony and pain that it would put them through, and I can understand the bond that each one of them shared with the animals. I would empathize with these individuals, so I could understand the separation and the pain that they felt. As a firefighter, daily we find ourselves empathizing with our communities and customers. Sometimes we also sympathize with them when we're in emergency situations. Empathy is a value that we must underscore and exhibit daily to turn our world around. You all have been charged with that requirement. Service and leadership. Before one can become a leader, they must serve. Serving is given of one's talents, abilities, skills, and time. I would imagine that you all have heard the saying, service before self. I would also agree that you may have heard, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. As graduates, it is incumbent of you to serve in different capacities throughout your life, to direct and guide our nation and our communities. The options to serve are limitless. and are not only confined to local government. Furthermore, to serve is to have a genuine concern for others. It is a noble act of kindness to better the life of others. Serving does not necessarily mean that you will become wealthy, but it does fill you with riches intrinsically. It provides you with a purpose in life. Leadership. Dr. John Maxwell is a famous speaker, teacher, pastor. He's considered a leadership guru. I had the opportunity to listen to him speak in Florida in 2017. I walked into an auditorium full of people, and everyone was about leadership. I thought it was a little awkward. Looked around, I stayed quiet, but as my days went on and I started understanding and listening to his teachings, I realized that it's never about the people in the room, it's about those who you serve. Leadership requires actions, perspective, passion, and perseverance. Some of the same things that are present in the mission statement. Each of you possess these characteristics. I recently listened to Dr. Maxwell give a commencement speech at Liberty University. He stated that a graduate came up to him and said, "Sir, I want to do what you do." He replied back cordially and thanked the young man. He then followed up and said, "Do you want to do what I've done? Because you will have to do what I did to do what I do." I said, "That's a good point, Dr. Maxwell." But I can assure you that if you continue to hold on to the values that have been instilled with you, with those being empathy, service, and leadership, you are destined for greatness in your own unique way. As you proceed, you will face many more challenges, obstacles, and experience gut-wrenching pain due to the twists and turns of life. I encourage you to look around at this very moment and witness the support that is before you today. Your family, friends, teachers, and everyone else who are here to help you succeed. This life thing isn't meant to be conquered alone. The ones sitting to your left and right are there to carry you on. I encourage you to remain in touch with one another, lean on your family and friends, and continue to make us proud. Congratulations, Burlington School Class of 2022. I wish you well.
On behalf of the class of 2022, it is my pleasure to present the Burlington School with this year's senior class gift. As a class, we decided to donate the money we raised to the new patio in hopes that it will allow another space for our community to grow and become closer. We hope that this donation will serve the TBS community for years to come and make a positive impact. My fellow classmates and I would like to thank all of the family, friends, and TBS community members for all the encouragement and support that helped us get to this point.
It is my honor to present the TBS Service Award. This award is granted to a senior who gives extraordinary time, effort, and energy to the Burlington School community. This student has been a leader and a mentor in chorus since his middle school days, leaving no job left undone, and working tirelessly behind the scenes without regard for award or public recognition. Over his time at the upper school, he has jumped in at a moment's notice to assist Mr. Tony, served in student government and National Honor Society, participated in 2 varsity sports, and received numerous academic honors. Similar to a traditional compass used for navigation, this student has a strong moral compass, which not only guides his ethical behavior and decision-making, but inspires others to do the same. As captain of the tennis team and leader within his advisory group and our recipient this year has an innate ability to guide and motivate others. Leading with compassion and kindness at all times, this student serves his greater community as well through his commitment to his church youth group. Clocking countless hours of service, he is a leader in the classroom, advisory, and in the community as a whole. For the faculty, it has been a gift to have his support over the years. It is a pleasure to recognize Connor Gould for the 2022 TBS Service Award.
At the Burlington School, we recognize scholarship as a quality that extends beyond a grade point average. Scholarship is a combination of hard work, curiosity, perseverance, passion, and academic excellence. One of the 3 A's here at TBS is, of course, academics. In their academic endeavors, TBS traditionally strives to produce students who possess intellectual curiosity, personal integrity, and social responsibility. The student we honor here today has consistently demonstrated these qualities. Throughout their time at TBS, this student has consistently maintained honors and high honors. During their upper school career, this student garnered multiple academic awards, including the 2020 History Promise Award, the 2021 Excellence in Science Award, and the 2022 Excellence in History Award. The candidate for the TBS Scholar Award, however, must also possess the marks of a scholar. Above all things, a scholar has the ability to constantly question and to use their knowledge in diverse areas for the benefit of those around them. This student is such a scholar. Indeed, one might use the term Renaissance man to describe this student. Along with their academic, athletic, and community service activities, this student has pursued knowledge in fields as diverse as music, car repair, lighting and sound design, carpentry, and blacksmithing. It is a pleasure to recognize John Stanfill as the recipient of this year's TBS Scholar.
The TBS Heart Award is given to a student who embodies the qualities of the TBS mission and pledge in their time at the school. Specifically, this award finds a student who discovers his or her intellectual curiosity, builds personal integrity, and becomes a socially responsible adult by the time he or she graduates. These pillars of our mission and vision are realized in academic, athletic, and artistic pursuits, as well as through leadership and service opportunities. This year's recipient exceeds the expectations placed upon him through our TBS ideals. His leadership in student government serves as a model of collaboration, commitment, and consistency. Not only that, he is comfortable in his own skin and exudes that confidence in a way that inspires his peers to do the same. Whether it's taking the role of our very own Sparty the Spartan or researching the effects of social media on the well-being of student users, our recipient engages in multiple avenues of extracurricular opportunity. This student not only strives in student life and academics, he also reflects a passion for the arts, both in studio art as well as STEM, where he thrives in filmmaking capabilities with an eye for storytelling. He even takes that passion beyond the classroom, attending collegiate camps when possible to stretch his understanding of the discipline. This student is empathetic, responsible, relational, and open-minded. Not only that, his exceptional humor, growth, and inspirational attitude make it an honor to award the 2022 TBS Heart Award to Sam Jeffries. It's now my honor and privilege to present to you the TBS Class of 2022. London, Rose Agnew. Layla Danielle Anderson. Remy Carlisle Afrit. Kenai Jamikos Briggs. Kendrell Lamar Brooks. Matthew Conrad Brown. Zaria Demia Burns. Madison Lynn Chisholm. Samuel Boyd Edwards. James Hayden Fleming. Raven Alexandra Ford. Connor Mitchell Hayes Gould. Maxwell Gustafson. Clavin Allen Haig. Samuel Charles Jeffries. William Samuel Keziah. Allison Martina Mann. Annabelle Marmoleo Arequipa. Amari Dirk Miller. Alan Dale Morris Jr. Wagner Gordon Morissette. Joel Michael Chazi Nostrawin. Shane Jonathan Peterson in absentia. Connor James Ramu. Adelaide Claire Siraj. William Alexander Self. William Ashley Stadler. John Sellers Stanfield. Samantha Jane Walker. Caroline Madison Wall. Jenny Bullock Williams.
What Chief Mebane was trying to tell you, class of 2022, that Mr. Wall's old. There wasn't anything else to it other than that, and I noticed you guys didn't laugh. You were very focused, and I appreciate that, but that's his point. We'll discuss that at another time. Before we recognize the class of 22, I'd like to recognize 4 seniors. These 4 seniors have been with the Burlington School, or Burlington Day School, since they were either PS3, PS4, or kindergarten. At this time, I'd like to recognize John Stanfield, Sam Jeffers, Wagner Merced, and Will Self. Please stand, and parents as well, please stand. Thank you for your loyalty and also dedication to the Burlington School. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the class of 2022 has received over $3.6 million in academic scholarships and athletic scholarships, not financial aid. Congratulations. By the way, that's the most in the history of the Burlington School, so congratulations once again. Members of the class of 2022, will you please rise? That was a lot of enthusiasm. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Burlington Schools Board of Trustees, I hereby recognize you as graduates of the Burlington School. Congratulations.
I won't take long, I promise. Well, guys, we did it. We we are done with high school. Our time here is over, and we can never come back and do this again. Ever. That's the truth we have to face. We also might not ever see each other again. This would be the last time I probably see some of you. Sure, that's sad, but let's be happy about it. One of my favorite quotes ever is from Dr. Seuss, and it's, "Don't be sad because it's over, be happy because it happened." So sure, we could be sad that we might never, ever see each other again. But instead, let's be happy that we had such an amazing time these past 4 years and had the chance to meet even more amazing people. On that note, can we congratulate and give these kids a round of applause? I mean, they're amazing. Whatever class gets $3.6 million in scholarships. As my friend John said, over 30% of us are going to play at the collegiate level. And we got accepted in over 60 different colleges. That is extraordinary. It really is. And guys, thank you for making the past 4 years unforgettable. In every way imaginable. We laughed together, cried together, we've been angry at each other, and I wouldn't trade those moments, both good and bad, for anything in the world. You are all extraordinary, and I know you will all succeed in your own way. I never forget all that you did for me, and well, thanks. There are other people that are just as amazing as this group of kids, and that's you guys, the parents. Look, I don't know what it takes to raise a kid all through school, but I do know that we can be a lot sometimes. And that we notice all the sacrifices that you make for us kids. Mom, thanks for letting me stay home because I didn't feel like going to school. For helping me do a project all night the day before it was due. And thanks for being so kind and nice every day, even when I wasn't. I notice all the work and stuff you do for my brother and I'm truly grateful for having the best mom in the world. I love you. I also want to thank the other parents that have driven me home after soccer practice or other events, that have helped me carry stuff into school, or I've just had a nice conversation with. I am truly thankful for meeting you parents, and I cherish those moments we had. Thank you. To the teachers and administrators, I want to thank you guys so much for pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves. You guys were always there when we needed it, and that is something I will miss when I leave TBS. From making sure we were on top of our homework, to checking on us to see if we were having a bad day. You have taught us so much how to be a good person and how to be of service to the community that we live in. Thank you for teaching us these valuable life lessons and giving me the knowledge to be ready for the challenges that I will face in the future. I'll never forget all that you've done for me, and thank you so much. Our final order as student body president is for you guys, and that is to have the best summer ever. The next 3 months will be the freest time we'll ever be in our lives. I've been told many times that this summer will be the best time of our lives. I want everyone to go out and enjoy this time, to meet new people, try new things, and have fun. I want everyone to make this summer a time you will never forget for the rest of your life. Y'all got that? We're good? Yeah, we are. I hope you all have memories that you can cherish forever. These past 4 years have been crazy and different. But even though they were different, it's the best 4 years of my life. And I would not trade these memories for anything in the world. I really don't know how to end this, so I'm going to have the graduating class please stand. And all I have left to say is, thank you. I love you all, and congratulations to the class of 2022.